are? Coldress Foy.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Moses and welcome to Build Curious. And we are back again with another Sims 4 build. So in today's video, I'm thinking we're just gonna build some regular looking American suburban home. Kind of. I saw a house from, I think it's Bird Box, the movie. There's like a specific style I thought I could use in this house. But another thing I'd really like to do is work on like a separate kind of elevation. So have one house, one part of the house on the ground, another also on the ground, but the ground being just slightly higher than the other ground, if that makes sense. Anyways, we'll get there and you'll see what I mean. Okay, we're back and I know what you're thinking. What on earth are we looking at? But let's just have a little faith in the process. I hope this turns out into what I'm kind of hoping for. So the idea will be that this higher elevation area will kind of go down in gradual steps, perhaps, or something like that. And we'll decorate it with nice bushes. We're going to need lots and lots of bushes. Now, the other part of the house is going to be something like this, and I kind of want to push this back in. So what I'm going to do, I think, is mostly focus on that area first. Okay, so bear in mind, everything that you see is a placeholder. So let's just take a deep breath and relax. We are a little limited on space, and I still need to work out this disaster at the back. So I am a bit concerned about making it wrap around the house as opposed to just having it in the front here. I was thinking about it, and this house is actually really thin. So I'm concerned we could always expand it, pull this thing back a bit, but we are very quickly running out of space here. I've got some regrets, and I'm gonna try and figure out how to salvage this. Okay, you would not believe how long that took. I have forgotten so much about this game, and it's really proving to be quite challenging. I honestly thought it was like riding a bicycle, but it turns out it's more like exercising a muscle, and I have experienced major atrophy to the point where I am a little useless. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but I moved a lot eventually. It took some time, but I got it here. We're here. I think the audio might sound a bit different also. A lot of things happened in between. But we're here on the lot, so now we can experiment a bit more with size. I've expanded the slope just a little, just to kind of make sure we can fit in around all edges and corners and sides and all sorts of things. So here we are, but we're not quite there just yet. So I need to fix this and figure out what is going to look best. So here we have just the front, and here is the house with this porch thing going all the way around. I cannot decide exactly what is better. I just want to go around and do a few touches around the house with the terrain and stuff, because right now I think that's like freaking me out too much, and I cannot seem to progress forward before doing that. So I realized perhaps I need to switch the house around, because initially when it was on that lot, the garage was kind of like not on the corner of the street, which is a good thing. But when I brought it to this lot, it was on the corner of the street, and it just didn't seem right, because now, right, from the corner of the street, we got a much better view of the house, and the people in the house have got a much better view of the corner of the street. This here on the side, I don't know if I like that. It's like steps, stairway to heaven here. As I said before, I need to kind of figure out some of the smaller details. and I really need to fix, like, especially this here on the side. This is not okay. So we've jumped quite far ahead. And as you can see, I have managed to get a much better grip of the situation and what's going on. I would like a staircase that kind of zigzags up as it's going right now. And over here, this is kind of supposed to be the garage, but I guess, I mean, there is a garage door like the one they can graffiti on, but I suppose this one actually looks a whole lot nicer. So I'm going to figure something out there. I think I'm going to leave it like that, at least for now. I mean, the purpose isn't really actually supposed to be focusing on such details. But this has given me a good idea of where I want to go. Well, all right. I think that looks pretty good. A little bit unkempt, but I think it does the trick. However, after the hour or so it took to do this, I decided to, look at the bigger picture, and I realized maybe I have made a mistake. Please send help. And we are back again. Wow, that took way too long. And to be honest, I'm actually a little scared maybe I went a little overboard with the bushes. You guys should please let me know in the comments what you think. Is this a little too much? There's still quite a bit to do, but if you knew just how long this took, it killed me, okay? So I just wanted to like kind of put a pause in it, show you guys what I've done. So I think it looks kind of cool. We've got another staircase on this side leading up into the house. I think it's just a bit nicer to have different areas of access, I guess. And then we've got this little section over here with a staircase leading up to the front door, which I might move. I don't know if I'll put it exactly there. It's probably better if it's directly in front of that. Probably something like that. Also, this is inside out now. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, and as for the shape of the house, I didn't really change much. I added this little piece here, and I'll probably keep this wall as it is. It's a pretty big flat wall, but I actually think it's fine. But for now, I think what I want to do before I continue again more with the garden is just do the details of the house, the exterior details. I'm going to go around and try and work on some of the windows and things like that. I quite like what we've got so far, the brown and the black. I think that works well together. So I'm going to see what I can do. And there you have it. So I have kind of done most of the things I've wanted to do to the exterior of the house. That goes for the garden as well as the house itself. Of course, there's still a few things that needs touching up. So our next step is going to be the room plan, the floor plan, I guess is what we'll call it. But before we do that, something I always tend to do and leave for later rather than sooner, and it always becomes a problem, is the staircase. I'm thinking of, I don't know if everyone has ever watched that 70s show. Well, I'm sure a lot of you have. Really iconic, really good. Anyways, that basement where they all used to hang out in is kind of like the idea I had for this one, as well as adding maybe like a laundry room or something like that down here. So we need a staircase going from here up into the first floor of the house. And then, of course, from the first floor to the second floor. Of course, our ground floor is going to have all the usual suspects like the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, a bathroom, and I think that's everything. I'm not sure. And then from there, we go to the second floor, which has maybe 3 rooms. I don't know. We'll see. It looks like it can fit 3 rooms and at least 2 bathrooms. I'm hoping for 2 bathrooms. So it turns out my mic audio was not recording, nor was my desktop. So I might have missed quite a few things there. My bad. So what we've done so far, we've kind of got the layout going. Then we've got the basement, which I think I want to do something like this and then have like a washing room area in there. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet. But yeah, something like this. This is a lot of space. I need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. I think I even need to divide this into like two separate kind of areas. And then upstairs, this is not the layout, but this is what we've got so far. But it's not the layout. I think what I'm going to do, and it's probably not like the best way to go ahead and design a house. I guess it's just how my brain works. But I'm going to go and start fleshing out this room, the basement, because I've got like some ideas I want to play with, and I'm kind of tired of trying to just fix problems. I want to be a bit creative here, so I'm gonna go just work on the basement and see where that takes me. So before I get carried away entirely, let me kind of break down what the ideas that I had. So I started with like doing an office space. Like you said, I broke the one wall down. So I started doing like an office space, and I was like, that's kind of boring. I don't know, like a little gaming room or something. And it just didn't seem right. It doesn't suit the house, like I don't know. I just didn't see it. And then I can't remember what it was that I saw. I want to find it again, but it made me think of like a workshop, but like, having this nice car in here, and this guy uses this space, or this person or whoever uses this space for this car that they kind of just have parked here in their basement. I'm just trying to find things that could kind of work down here. We've got, I think some pottery would be pretty cool. That would actually really fit in well. I think pottery is quite a cool thing to do, in my opinion. So I'm gonna try and make that work. And yeah, let's see what we can come up with. I think I finally have the right idea for this room. It was killing me, by the way. So let me just try and find, because all these items are new to me, like a lot of them. So like for the most part, I'm sitting here just scrolling and like looking at things like, oh wow, I didn't know this existed. And so um yeah, I'm gonna keep kind of trying to see what there is and what kind of works or fits into my vision here. And yeah, let's see what happens. All right, so I'm not done yet, but this took such a long time for me to figure out, what I see in this room. And I think we're just about there. There's like a little bit of a conflict, but anyways, we've got the laundry room, right? I'm gonna still kind of work on it later. All I really did was found some laundry stuff, threw it in there, so I still got to work on that. But anyway, so we've got this like room. I'm thinking of it as like this, I don't know, just like a chill room, I guess, and a little exercise station, right? Something like that. We'll figure it out. I wanted to have like a little workshop, right? Uh, a pottery workshop or something. I thought that's kind of cool. But like style wise or aesthetically wise, it feels like there's a conflict or something. Anyway, so much for that 70s show inspired basement. That went right out the window. But anyways, and this corner, by the way, is like my worst nightmare right now. I have no idea what to do here. I think perhaps we've done it. So I finally figured out what that kind of conflict was. And it was simply just the textures that I used for some of these objects. They were a little bit more like punk-ish, or whatever. So just changing them to be a little bit more sleek really, I think, brought it together. And the corner was fixed. Yeah, so I think I'm quite happy with it. It should be just about finished here in this room, I think. We've got a little hangout area with a quick, home gym and a Roomba. It's so cool that they've added that. I would love to see how it works. And the laundry room, which I didn't actually change much. I just used a different light, and I think it's fine. Oh, this might change as well. I was just kind of playing with this, so I might kind of change that still. And then over to the workshop area, we've got our little pottery place. Um, and yeah, I think like this shelf over here, you could kind of stack with your own things, own pottery. I just put like one or two stuff here to make it look a bit more lived in. So I'm gonna kind of see what needs to change and what doesn't. The lighting, oops, I kind of was meant to do that before showing you guys this room. Okay, that sucks. 1 second. I believe that is everything. I definitely jumped the gun. I think I got a little bit too excited to show everything, but I think we fixed it. So I just changed the color of the lighting. I think the headphones here is a perfect addition to the like little music section. And yeah, we fixed the workshop a bit. There was one or two things I really felt like we should still add. So I think it's good to go. I think that's about it. I put some boxes here to just kind of make it look like, I don't know, maybe there's supplies or something that they're unpacking. Who knows? But yeah, that's the basement. I think that's done. Done and dusted. You won't believe how long this took me. Um, much too long. Much too long. So I'm a bit worried about the length of the video. I do apologize if it is really long. The staircase is a bit dark, by the way, but I think I will fix that as soon as I do the upstairs here. So I'm going to tackle the living room. I'm going to play around with a few things. I obviously want to keep a similar style to what we've got going on over here, but obviously something unique and that can stand on its own. So, okay, so I think I've chosen most of how I want this bottom floor to look like in terms of, you know, the floor and the walls, but we'll see how it goes. We have our kitchen, our entrance. This room I haven't done much to, but I did kind of separate the area going down to the basement. I added that light so that it's not so dark on the staircase anymore. And I kind of got started on the living room. And I think this is what I want it to look like. We'll see, though. I'm not sure. I kind of have this idea in mind. I think it goes well with the style that's downstairs, but while still being its own thing as well, not just like a copy paste. So we're going to try and flesh it out. Anyways, we'll be right back. Alrighty then. So I think that must have been quite a big leap, but after really struggling to actually find a good design for this place, I think I have come upon a good design. I think so. Now, the one thing that does perhaps concern me with the room is there's no like main overhead light, because I'm also trying to shy away from that. Even in real life, I personally hate the overhead light. It's too bright. I like warmer colors. It's just a lot more cozy. So that's what I've tried to do here. And I hope, and I know it's like a little bit dark, but I think for a nice kind of TV room, especially one like this, you kind of want a bit more of a moody, atmospheric kind of lighting, something like that. And I realized as I was busy with this, I don't have, or I've never done anything for pets. So I thought, let's actually try to incorporate that. I was a bit concerned because it's like a very nice, modernish, sleek kind of look going on here. And I thought maybe pet stuff would ruin it. But to be honest, I don't know, my personal opinion, I was worried that adding pet things would kind of ruin the whole look because I've never done anything for pets before. You know, I've didn't last time I played that just wasn't around. And I actually think that it really made everything fit together quite well in this room. And then behind this door over here, we've got our bathroom. I suppose I could kind of do this so that you could see a little bit better. And then I think that's everything for the living room. It's only one couch, I know. Maybe I could add another one like right over here. So perhaps this might actually be a bit better. I really struggled to get the correct couch because, you know, if it has the right shape, then it just doesn't have the right colors. If it has like the right color for the cushion, then like the wood doesn't match, you know, like this weird orangey kind of wood and then this dark wood. Like, I hate that. I don't know if everyone else seems to struggle as much with that as I do, but man, it just always seems to ruin these like pre-made color palettes always seem to ruin a lot of designs for me. Next up, I think I'm going to go and tackle the kitchen. Before getting started with the kitchen, I figured I'd like to get kind of a theme for the counters. So I was looking around at some of the stuff, and I kind of think these are like good choices considering the wall. And I'm not so sure which one to go for between perhaps these two, I think are my favorites. So I'll probably go for this middle one over here. It's definitely a little cramped in here, but I think I am kind of happy with what we've got. And I'm thinking maybe like a small little table, like a little breakfast nook or something like that. I've never really done something like that before, so why not now? So I thought, well, why not make it bigger? And I really like that. Like, that looks so much better, that extra bit of space. But then we're kind of stuck with this weird problem, not the bush, but like, we need this shape on the outside of the house, right? Like, it's a really important shape to the house. So I can't just kind of tuck this wall in to make it look better on the interior. We're leaving it as it is, okay, right there. And all I did was change the floor to be tile as well, because I think it looks a bit better. But as for the rest of the kitchen, I think that's just about it. I think perhaps expanding the kitchen as it is now is maybe a better idea. There's a little bit more space. It doesn't look so cramped. And I think in general, it just looks a lot better. However, this has left me with a really complicated problem. We could even go so far as to do this. And then there you have it. No more awkward shapes. But now we're sitting with like a pretty small room, which I guess is okay. I mean, the issue was that it was too big previously. If I can do something convincing enough with this room, I suppose, then yeah. And it's made this room a bit easier to work with also, I guess. So I don't know. Let's see what we can do. And that's the dining room finished. So this is kind of what we went for. Uh, Sticking to a darker theme, I guess, and kind of matching the chairs with the walls. I think it's kind of cool. I really think that a fireplace in this room, like this one over here, would be so perfect. Unfortunately, it's just too big. Maybe like a little nook here with an end table or something like that, just some books on it, or I'm not too sure. So maybe like something dead center in the middle could actually work pretty well. I'm not sure. What I really want to do or try to do going forward is always have like some degree of functionality to each room. Even if it is only really a room you'll pass through most of the time, if there's at least like one thing that your sim can do in there, I think that would be really cool. All right, folks, there you have it. So we have finished this room. I've kind of just done minimal in the center here. I didn't want it to be like too clustered or crowded, if I can put it that way. I was gonna put like a little knitting thing here, but then I saw that the Sims actually have to put it in their inventory to use it. So I figured, well, then in that case, you could use this little nook for anything you wanted to, knitting, using a tablet, whatever it is. So there is functionality, and there is this little Alexa thing. I don't know what it's called, but they could use that as well alongside that activity. So I think it's a pretty good use of space. I did put in the fireplace. I couldn't put in the one I wanted to, but I actually think this one looks pretty good here. And we finished the entrance, the foyer. I don't know. I don't know what it's actually supposed to be called. Yes, we did that nice little table here that's got like, all the necessities, your phone, your car keys or house keys or whatever. Glasses for I don't know what, pocket change, things like receipts, whatever, mail. So it's all the good stuff. So it's just, yeah, the upstairs area, the porch, or whatever we call this, still needs to have a few things done to it. And of course, the garden is still not complete, and it looks even worse here now after having moved this wall around. And so the bedroom is finished. So we've got a walk-in cupboard on this side with a little laundry basket over there in the corner, and then out in the actual main bedroom, I'm kind of using this first-person camera because the camera goes a bit crazy up here. But anyways, so at the end of the hallway, we've got our main bedroom and our ensuite, which I think I'll do next. And then after that, we can do the two bedrooms, and of course, we need to actually still finish this bathroom over here as well. And I believe that should be that for the bathroom. I kind of struggled a little to figure out a good shape, but just to get a unique enough bathroom with at least countertops, uh, yeah, I kind of had to make a plan, and this is what I could come up with. So it's not terrible. I just yeah, there's nothing actually wrong here. It's just not perfect, you know. I really like all the new little clutter items, and I think next I'm either going to finish this bathroom here. I don't know if I should do it in the same style for consistency. It's really hard for me to say. I'm going to do this bathroom last because I think I'm just going to do it the same theme as that one over there. So let's start with our small bedroom. Who has a setup like this, right? Because it's what? It's a double bed. Like I get the bunk bed thing, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Weird. Anyways, to be fair, now that we've looked at the bunk beds, I actually thought perhaps for this room, it would be a pretty good idea if we had a bunk bed in here, considering space, right? So I think we've got the right idea going here. We've definitely got something good going. I'm happy with the bed and the desk. I even found, I think, a really good combination of a cupboard, a drawer, and one of those cabinets. Something is missing though, and I think we're going to have to just quickly add it. I think it's perhaps in this little corner here that it's a bit empty. So let's quickly add that or something. That's more like it. So the room definitely isn't like very specific to the type of sim that could use it, which I think is great, but it really does look like it could be almost any age of kid, you know? So I think the only thing left here would be to fix the light a little. I'm going to first need to just create a sim for that. But for now, I think that's pretty much everything done in this room, which means we can go on to the final two rooms. So as I said, I would like to use this one as a kid's room. I'm going to try it out. So I'm a little unsure of what wallpaper I'm going to use because all the ones that are specifically for small kids feel like really dated wallpapers. Like they're very cool in a sense. Like, okay, it's definitely a kid's theme, but I don't know. They just seem so dated, kind of. And also, why is everything dinosaurs? What's going on? One thing I really enjoy when it comes to doing something like a kid's room is it feels like the rules just no longer apply. Anything that you were doing, any theme that you were sticking to in the house, just everything goes out the window and you can kind of just do what you want. I really enjoy doing this room. I'm glad we chose the bigger bedroom. I think it worked out perfectly. I think just having regular white walls was also genius, because it just made it so much easier to go and decorate and put lots of other things everywhere. I just realized this is gonna need to change a little bit. I don't like that it's clipping through like that. Okay, but yeah, there we go. So it was really, really cool doing this room. I quite liked it. Anyways, I hope that you guys like this. Let me know in the comments what you think about kids' rooms because I know they're quite come and go. The kids age very fast, and then you got this room that is kind of useless in a sense. But last and kind of least, it's our bathroom. Once this guy is finished, we're kind of done all over. So I think I'm just going to stick with the same theme of this bathroom. Obviously, just make it a little bit more personal for the like it's a guest slash kids bathroom. Oh, right. And I got to finish this hallway because this thing is kind of bare bones at the moment. We've got a few paintings. I tested this thing out on the wall. I might keep it there. I don't know. The color looks really great with the dark wall. So we'll see. Then we're done. I can't wait to be finished. I don't think you guys know how long this house took. Way too long. Anyways, I've never really tried to make a bathroom that's specific to kids. It is actually something I would like to try a bit more in the future. But we kind of did that a little bit with this bathroom here. It's just a bit more messy. And there's like kids' rugs, I guess, with more colorful towels and things like that. So it's not the craziest kids' bathroom ever. It's, obviously the house came with a modern bathroom, and they kind of just threw in a few things to make it kid friendly. So it's not bad. I'm happy with it, and I think we can leave it here, which means there's only this corner left. Finally, we are all finished. I didn't do too much in this area. I kind of want to keep it open. But again, like I mentioned before, I really want functionality as much as possible in every room. So we do have like a thing for the cat here, scratching pole, and a little fish bowl, I guess. I don't know if cats do anything to the fishes. I haven't seen before, but I think it's a pretty cool addition. So that's everything in every part of the house. I've also gone around and added some lights to the garden and touched up, all the places that needed to still get a little bit of detail. I also added, as you can see, I moved the car a bit, a little marble game thing. I'm not so sure how they play this marble game, but I thought, there are kids here. One way to show it is, having things like this on the driveway, and added, let me turn the lights on, and then I added some details here and there, like this kind of deterioration on the grass as, they go back and forth to the bin. Just a little bit of bushes and whatnot at the back, nothing much going on here. A water balloon bucket, if they ever did want to use that. I think that's pretty much everything. I moved the stairs, which was like not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So now it's all aligned and even, and we have got everything. So just to do our usual top-down view, we've got our basement slash workshop, or whatever it is, with our pottery area, our chill area, and a washing room. When we go upstairs, starting from our entrance, we've got the kitchen to our right, our dining room. Directly ahead and to the left, we've got the foyer, I don't know, the stair room. And next to that, we've got our living room with a guest bathroom. Going up one more time, we've got, again, a little stair room. I don't know what to call it. The hallway, I guess, is what it actually is. And then our one bedroom for one of the kids, the kids' bedroom, and the kids' bathroom, and our master bedroom, and of course the walk-in cupboard and ensuite bathroom. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our first build back in The Sims 4 after 4 long years. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and remember to drop a like and leave a comment. But that will be it from me for now. This is Moses, getting ready to bounce.